typology. I'm not 1% sure I'm going to learn that word one day. Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to the Digital Paw Workshop. It is I, that dead battery in your wireless mouse, Techno Meow Tinkerer. And today we're going to cover the Bevel tool that is in Blender. Now, I kind of wish I knew of this tool a little earlier on when I was working in Blender, but we're going to go over some of the stuff you can do with it, and this is me kind of playing around, learning the tool a bit myself. So the first thing I'm going to do is when I say create a couple shapes, all the same shape, just do these. You don't have to do a rectangle. I just did it just to save on screen space. First thing I'm going to do is go into edit mode after selecting what I want to do. And I don't want all of it. I just want the one edge here to start off with. And for some reason, I may not know how to use this yellow lollipop correctly, but you can just go into control, and I did the full width of how much the bevel, and then you do the number of segments for how smooth of a curve you want. And for this second one, we're going to kind of do the same thing here. Go in, add this width, the segments. Now I'm going to change the shape, and I'm making it, I think it's convex or concave. I can't remember. One of these is concave, one of these is convex, and not convict. Okay, the third one here, we're going to kind of we'll do the same thing with the width and the segments. I think I would have been doing about around 20-ish, 30-ish. Now we go down here to custom, and we can work with this graph to create a unique shape. Now I haven't tried to see if I can do 30 points. I just did 2 here. But it creates a nice looking look, like a, I don't know, one of those futuristic chairs you saw in the 60s. Is what it kind of reminds me of. Okay, clear everything off, create a new shape. This time I'm beveling all the edges, and as we do this, it kind of gives you that little sci-fi cube container shape, which is a good, easy way to, I guess, make it using the bevels. Now, I'm changing the different things, and as you can see, the smooth edge reminds me of like those little soft blocks you'll give kids to play with. So the bevel can actually work good if you want to make something look a rounder, like it would be soft. Got it kind of in like this. Now I don't know if this is, boy, you can carry it all the way in and back out just to get a better look at how you can do the different stuff. Now I don't know about that little triangle corner there in the between at the top corner and bottom corner, but it kind of got that. I don't know if that'll be a fantasy or sci-fi, but you could probably use it in both as architectural or crate design. Not 100% sure. It is a unique, interesting design. Not something that I recall seeing a lot of. Now doing it this way kind of makes it like you got a little control panel now, or one of those little markers you see on roads entering cities or memorials and graveyards, and playing around with it. Now it kind of reminds me of a button, doing it this way. You might can actually create one now, a little bit more rounder edges. I don't know quite where this particular shape would be used. Oh yeah, I'm playing around with this more. Ooh, that just it is weird how the segments and stuff, and boy, that is a nightmare of typology. I'm not 1% sure I'm gonna learn that word one day. But boy, that is a nightmare. Now, probably for a still rendering, it probably won't mess you up too much, but I would hate to have to do video rendering with that much detail. Boy, that would be probably slow you down. Okay, we're going to stretch this one out here. I'm going to go up to Object and go down to Apply and then the Scale. And the reason we want to do that is if you don't and you do the bevel, your bevels will not be symmetrically applied, because they'll be based on the original scale that we extruded. But by I guess you call it recentering, we can now create a more symmetry. As you can see here, the corners and are evenly dispersed upon each side. Oh yeah, now do the top out. And this is just playing around, trying to see what I can do. And this will probably make good way to make some futuristic looking buildings, because a lot of times in the sci-fi, buildings tend to be more, I say futuristic, it's postmodern in style, but they tend to be more rounded, no hard edges. I'm trying to remember that architect's name. He had back in the '60s built a house on his property with no supporting walls. It's all steel structure, and all the outer walls is glass. This roof is being held up by a central column, and there were walls inside, but they didn't go all the way to the top. There were more partitions. And he actually, I think, in the early 2000s, built a library. I think it's a library. He was one who loved to build all sorts of architectural structures, and one of them was a building with warped and curved and weird walls. And they had to really do some math to figure that out. Right here, I'm merging these points. There's a way you can kind of do it. Another way you can kind of do it once close by. I don't know remember what it is quite yet. Earlier you saw where I made a mistake of clearing out some of that stuff. But yeah, I'm merging these down for a couple reasons. One, I want to extrude this up. Although it looks like it could be a good base for like a post. Yeah, I extruded it up. Okay, I just reduced the size. Okay, now we're going to do the bevel edges. And see, and if I didn't have the thing, I think it would have given me some weird looking shape, but I wanted it to be different from what I originally did. And it's kind of now starting to look like a type of building, definitely for sure. Some sort of industrial complex building with the executive offices on top of the factory. Good places in case the factories have to burn down. Not really, but I can imagine something like a What's it? No, it wasn't Metropolis, was it? Yeah, it was Metropolis. It was a black and white film and an anime film called Metropolis. Looked like it'd be belonging, I think, more the animated one than the black and white. I was playing around the edge thing there, but I'm going to create something different to play around with it. A cylinder. Let's make a cake. Yeah. Who here likes cake? And I'm talking about both kinds too. Mm. Yeah, play around with this. Oh yeah, so you can change whether you want it on the edge of the vertices. I changed it to vertices here. Oh, I know some people, they talk about you can use the Alt tool, and I think the reason why I can't use the Alt to do select things like in a line or something is because I got the Alt right now select to work with my mouse since I don't have a scroll wheel, and so I can't use that little Alt thing to go around. I had to come around and see if I can actually change any of those hotkeys to be something else. But yeah, play with the edge vertices to see what you can kind of create is interesting. That is a very interesting shape. I don't know. Almost like a pillow from the front side. More kind of reminds me like a spider web now. Go to edges just to see what you can kind of create. So that's pretty much some of the stuff you can do with the Bevel tool. Hopefully, for those like me who are learning Blender, this was informative. And for others, maybe it might have given you an idea of something you hadn't thought about before. Never can tell. Well, I hope you all have a nice day, and please like and subscribe to help support this channel.